two stories about flying. This chapter contains two short stories. His first flight and Black Aeroplane. Part 1, His first flight, written by Liam O. Flaherty. We will learn first chapter first. Before you read, since the earliest time, humans have dreamed of conquering the sky. Here are two stories about flying. A young seagull is afraid to fly. How does he conquer his fear? And in the second part, a pilot is lost in storm clouds. Does he arrive safe? Who helps him? Means one related to the bird and another for human being. So go through the first part, his first flight. This is an imaginary story. This imaginary story conveys the message that one learns by taking courage and not by sitting idle. A young seagull is fed lovingly by his parents, but when the time comes for him to fly, he feels himself afraid. At last, his mother hits upon a plan by persuading him with food in her beak, and the seagull finally learns how to fly. So, go through the book's storyline. The young seagull was alone on his ledge. His two brothers and his sisters had already flown away the day before. He had been afraid to fly with them. Somehow, when he had taken a little run forward to the brink of the ledge and attempt to flap his wings, he became afraid. The great expanse of sea stretched down beneath, and it was such a long way down, miles down. He felt certain that his wings would never support him. So he bent his head and ran away back to the little hole under the ledge. Ledge means given here a narrow horizontal shelf projecting from a wall or a cliff. मीन्स चट्टान पहाड़ों पे रहने वाला एक पतला सा सकरा रास्ता. So he bent his head and ran away back to the little hole under the ledge where he slept at night. Even when each of his brothers and his sisters, whose wings were far shorter than his own, ran to the brink, flapped their wings and flew away, he failed to muster up courage to take that plunge which appeared to him so desperate. His father and mother had come around, calling to him shrilly, upbraiding him, threatening to let him starve on his ledge unless he flew away, but for the life of him he could not move. Means the young seagull was alone on his ledge. His two brothers and his sisters had already flown away. When he wanted to fly, he could not do so. He was afraid of flying. When his brothers and sisters flew, he failed to gather the courage to fly. He was really very sad. His father and mother came to him. They asked him to fly. They even rebuked him. They threatened him if he did not fly, he would die of hunger there. But he could not move. That was 24 hours ago. Since then, nobody had come near him. The day before, all day long, he had watched his parents flying about with brothers and sisters, perfecting them in the art of flight, teaching them how to skim the waves and how to dive for fish. He had, in fact, seen his older brother catch his first herring and devour it, standing on a rock while his parents circled around raising a proud cackle. Cackle means a sound of excitement. And all the morning the whole family had walked about on the big plateau midway down the opposite cliff, taunting him with his cowardice. Miss, that was 24 hours ago. Since then, no one has come near him. He had watched his parents and brothers and sisters flying. His parents had been perfecting his brothers and sisters how to dive or fish. They called him to fly, but he could not. The sun was rising, it was getting very hot. He felt the heat. He had not eaten for long. He had found a dried piece of a fish tail, but it was not enough for him. There was not even a single piece of food anywhere for him. He had gone forward and backward on the ledge, but he could not fly. He wanted to reach his parents. There was a deep sea below. The ridge was high. The seagull closed his eyes, standing on one leg. He had the other leg hidden under his wing. He pretended to sleep. He thought that his parents did not take notice of him. However, mother was looking at him. He pretended to sleep. He thought that his parents did not take notice of him. However, mother was looking at him. He saw her tearing at a piece of fish at her feet. He was mad to see the food. He gave out a sound to get it. His mother replied in a sound and looked at him. She picked a piece of the fish. She flew across to him with it. He leaned out, tapping the rock with his feet. His mother flew across, trying to get nearer to him. The seagull had the food within the reach of his beak, but he could not get at all. The seagull waited a moment in surprise. He wondered why his mother did not come nearer. He was so mad with hunger that he dived at the fish. He fell outwards with a scream and downwards into space. His mother had swooped upwards as he passed beneath her. He heard a swish of her wings. Then a great fear caught him. His heart stood still. He could hear nothing, but it only lasted for a moment. The next moment he felt his wings spread outward. He felt the winds rushing against his breast feathers. It rushed under his stomach and against his wings. He was not failing. He was not falling headlong now. He was soaring slowly downwards and upwards. He was no longer afraid. And then he just felt a bit dizzy. Then he flapped his wings once and he soared upwards. Ga 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 call ha. His mother swooped past him, her wings making a loud noise. He answered her with another scream. Then his father flew over him, screaming. He saw his two brothers and his sisters flying around him, curveting and banking and soaring and diving. Then he completely forgot that he had not always been able to fly and recommended himself to dive and soar and curve shrieking shrilly. He was near the sea now, flying straight over it, facing straight out over the ocean. He saw a vast green sea beneath him with little ridges moving over it, and he turned his beak sideways and cawed amusedly. His parents and his brother and brothers and sisters had landed on this green flooring ahead of him. They were beckoning to him, calling shrilly. He dropped his legs to stand on the green sea. His legs sank into it. He screamed with fright and attempted to rise, again flapping his wings, but he was tired and weak with hunger and he could not rise. Exhausted by the strange exercise, his feet sank into the green sea and then his belly touched it and he sank no further. He was floating on it, and around him his family was screaming, praising him, and their beaks were offering him scraps of dogfish. He had made his first flight in this way. So, students, I hope you have understood this story, this short story.